On the scoring drive for the Brookings Bobcats. They carried 6 plays, 33 yards in 2 minutes and 26 seconds, capped off by Kevin Claprod's second touchdown run of the evening.
I'm sure we're going to have more touchdowns scored, Jim, but that's the most points scored against Sturgis team this year.
Yep. They only gave up 5 touchdowns all season in 11 games. The ball is brought back up to the 25-yard line.
That was all set up, you know, by that great punt return that Brookings had, and the great defense that they played, you know, to shut off Sturgis. So not only did Brookings put her in the end zone, but they put it there because of the good punt return.
Clock is moving with just over 6:40 remaining in the half. Brookings has the lead, and Sturgis, Jim pointed out well, has not had the ball offensively all that much. I'm sure we'll see a very interesting settled total possession times at halftime when we check the stats. Well, the quarterback is back into the ballgame, Gadsden, and he gives to Aker, who gets across the 30-yard line. Noted that Chris Gadsden, number 12, who was out earlier, is back in, and Elmer Aker, the ball carrier, to the 30. It'll be a 2nd and 5.
Going to see some kind of an option now, Jim.
Okay, what do you predict?
Well, I'd say the quarterback's going to keep it or he's going to pitch it on the option. We'll see how my guess is.
That 50-yard punt return by Randy Jones is a tournament record.
Yep, that's not...
See, how's that for a guess?
Good guess. They give it to Aker. Aker gets back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Great play that time by Scott Gehring, number 68.
Let's watch it develop.
He just got rid of the man up front.
They wanted Kerry Erickson to block, but Kerry did block his defensive man, but they didn't need that guy. Now Sturgis faced with a 3rd and 5. Again, they have their flanker out, Jeff Ferner, have not thrown to him. Now they fake, and now they throw. Well overthrown and incomplete.
He was there, too.
John Barbier, the intended receiver.
Good pressure that time by Brookings
defense
up front.
Brookings put a good pressure on him.
Brad Price, number 61, was in there.
He laid it out there pretty well, but it was just beyond the outstretched hands of the intended receiver, John Barbier.
Brookings has 95 total yardage so far. Sturgis has been held to 31 yards.
They'll have to punt. Again, a booming punt. That's taken.
There's the wall again.
33-yard line.
No.
There's a clipping penalty. Randy Jones, the receiver of the punt that time, and returned it out to about the 48. But a clip is going to move it back, and from the point of infraction at the 36, 15 yards, right?
Number 61, Brian Price, who was called for the clip. He was very unhappy with the play. Not with the call, but by himself executing the clip, because he was laying on the carpet there, pounding it.
Let's take a look at it now as Jones.
There it is.
Oh, yeah, pretty easy to tell.
I don't know. Back that up. Let's see that again. He's got his head in front of him.
Okay.
That's a clip?
That's what the official says. Far be it from us to argue.
Yeah, but look, he's got his head in front. That's not a clip.
Dave Cole disagrees with you.
Yeah, well, Dave's only been wrong. He's only been wrong 2 other times, I know, plus Dave didn't throw the flag.
Oh, is that right? 5:01 to play in the half.
He better not have, he was in the wrong spot.
And Brookings has the ball again. Well, it did fake outside, but actually gave into the middle. Not much room there. Ball carried by number 44, Tody Hilzendigger, the fullback. 4:47, clock moving in the first half. Brookings has scored twice. They lead 13-0. And Jim Burt has already noted that Sturgis had not given up that many points all year long. Spearfish scored 6, Belfou 6, Douglas scored 8, Pierce 7, Mitchell scored 9. Nobody scored more than 1 touchdown in any game.
Sturgis has not been behind by 2 touchdowns all year.
Nope. This time, they try, again, that's either Jones or Claprod. That'll be a law against similar numbers in the backfield here.
Especially when they're in the same spot.
Claprod, right? Yeah, number 38 carried the ball. Out of the tailback position. Picked up some yardage, not a lot. It'll be 3rd and 6 from the 36-yard line. Well, the Scoopers' defensive line has done pretty well, but as Jim Burt noted, and I think it'll be a factor, they've been out there a long time already. 3 minutes and 49 seconds to play in the half. Brookings has the 2-touchdown lead on the keeper and the pitch. Short of a first down.
They played it well that time,
Klaproth, the ball carrier.
They played it well, but that's a great play by Kirchmeyer. He can't pitch the ball, so he just shovels it underhand.
Yep.
Well, now he's a football player.
Does a good job. The ball is at the 30. It's 4th and 2, and Brookings will have to punt. Let's watch the play again. Again, he turns upfield, sees the pressure, shovels it to Klaproth, but Sturgis covers it pretty well.
Sturgis played it very well.
Defensive
definitely.
Play made by Larry Nelson, the strong safety. They're going to try to set up a return. Fair catch. No return. Fair catch by Aker at the 35. So the Sturgis Scoopers will have the ball with 3 minutes and 2 seconds to play in the first half, and they trail 13-0. Now, this was an offensive football team, folks. They beat Rapid City Stevens 6-0 and Rapid City Central 10-0, but then they went back with 72 points against Hot Springs, 46 against Lead, 26 against Newell, 33 against Spearfish, 33 against Custer, 36 against Belfouche, 49 points against Douglas. They have been on the board often and regularly, but not tonight. 3 minutes to play first half. They're down 13-0. They being the Sturgis Scoopers.
They haven't scored up to this point, Jim, though.
Now they've got the ball on a first down. Gadsden wants to pass, does so. It's deflected, incomplete. The ball was intended to Leroy Auga, the split end. He had to jump up. That ball, he actually kept it from a potential interception.
That's exactly right. Kirchmeyer would have probably intercepted that if he hadn't hit it.
Because Kirchmeyer was behind him.
Right there. Kirchmeyer's got a great nose for the football.
Jim?
Just not enough places, I guess, in the AP prep poll in Class 11A. Mitchell was not even in the top 5.
No, Mitchell was.
Excuse me, Brookings.
Yeah.
Yankton, Mitchell, O'Gorman, Sturgis, and Sioux Falls, Washington in that order.
2:57 left in the half. 2nd and 10. Sturgis again to pass. Gadsden has the ball knocked away. It was intended for Todd Hoffland and defended by Randy Jones.
He timed that perfectly.
I'd say a little bit too soon, Jim. Do we get to see that one?
Another colorful comment from our color analyst, Jerry Miller, whose views are entirely his own and not those of the station.
Think he didn't hit him too soon, huh? What'd you say, Jimmy?
2:52 to play in the first half.
I mean, when it's there, throw it. When it's not, keep it in their pocket.
As a 3rd down at the 35. Again, Gadsden wants to pass. Wants to set up. Oh, well, that was coming. You could tell that one. You could have written a book about that before it happened.
Well, 81.
That was Aker, and he was tackled very quickly by Todd Hoffland.
Hoffland made a great play there. He smelled that screen coming all the way.
Well, it was pretty easy to tell.
A wise choice there would have been to throw it into the second deck.
Or put it up for grabs.
On the ground.
Because Aker did make the catch, but as you can tell, Todd Hoffland played it beautifully. And the ball is now back at the 24-yard line, where it's 4th and about 2 miles.
Conceivably, Brookings
Actually 22 yards.
could get good field position again.
And Pullman to punt. Nice hang time again. Caught at the 40. Taken by the Brookings Bobcats, and they moved the ball. That's Lucas again, number 24. He is a specialist on kick returns, punt returns. He's back to the 42-yard line.
Well, guys really got to be careful when you punt the ball against Brookings, because they do a nice job setting up the wall and getting some good returns.
Out to the 42-yard line is where it'll start for the Bobcats. Less than 2 minutes to play till halftime. Brookings leads 13-0. Well, one of the reasons Sturgis doesn't have much possession time is the clock stops on incomplete passes, and they've had 3 of them on that trip. The Bobcats getting the ball out to Jones, and Jones goes by 2 defenders and goes outside, first down into Sturgis territory, and out of bounds across the 40-yard line at the 39.
Excellent block that time on the outside after Jones got there by number 83, Tracy Odegaard, who's one of the flankers. That was a great play.
Now look, he's got
good speed.
He's got 2 guys right there in front of him, but he just puts them off balance. He made them look foolish.
Here's a good block, right?
They didn't have
coming up right here by Odegaard.
Yep.
Great block.
Runs into his own blocker, and that's what finally took him out at the 39. A minute and a half to play in the half. Brookings on the move, rolling out and wanting to pass. Kirchmeyer, and he does pass. Complete, not for much yardage, however, to the 37-yard line to Tad Nelson, the tight end. Picked up a couple of yards.
Jones averaging nearly 54 yards a carry, has 6 for 52. Or averaging 9 yards a carry, I should say. 6 carries, 52 yards.
Right.
That's a bunch, Jim, 54 of carry.
He might have that average for the night.
There you see Tad Nelson sandwiched for a couple of yards gained. 2nd and 8, 37-yard line of Sturgis. Brookings with the ball, 60 seconds to play in the half. Kirchmeyer faking the run and then giving to the middle of the line.
That was a holding penalty.
Randy Jones, and a holding penalty against the Brookings Bobcats. Stopped at the 39. He lost a couple of yards.
54 holding.
And the penalty being charged against the center, Eric Helt.
Okay, we had 2nd down, Black.
Well, you hear Dave Kroll, or at least you started to hear it, talking to Brett Burdett, the defensive captain for the Sturgis Scoopers, and explaining the options. It'll be a 3rd and 10 if they decline, or a 2nd and 23 if they accept the penalty. Gary, what kind of a decision would you expect out of your defensive captain?
Well, let's see here. We've got 2nd down.
Only 55 seconds to play there. Obviously, they've already made the decision. Move the ball back to the 46, 45-yard line. Back across midfield. Gets them a down over.
Holding on the offense. 2nd down. Holding.
Let's watch it now as we go into the middle of the line. 54 is the center. A kind of a bear hug, like a wrestling hold of some kind. Back goes Kirchmeyer. Kirchmeyer is sacked at the 31. Good job by Grubel. Jay Grubel, the defensive end, number 66. And Sturgis will ask for a timeout. So the Sturgis Scoopers defensive unit responds. There's Grubel at the top of your screen, and he goes right by Randy Jones, and he has got the quarterback firmly in his grasp and down for the count. 34 seconds to play till halftime. Brookings has the lead, 3rd and 38. And we'll take a timeout. Brookings 13, Sturgis nothing for the 11 AAA championship, live from the Dakota Dome in Vermilion.
We've been banking with these people for 34 years.
Norwest is banking and a whole lot more.
This is a bank that I've been with since 1954, and I have no intentions of changing.
We've been real satisfied with Norwest Bank. It's a good feeling.
They're friendly. It's just a good bank to bank at.
Norwest is banking and a whole lot more.
Let's go down to the playing floor now to Mike Schwimmer.
Well, Jim, I may have misunderstood on the Sturgis bench, but I was fairly close, and I thought I heard Mick Weissop and his assistants say they might try to go after this and block it. They may feel they're a turnover away from getting right back into this.
Well, of course, it's a 3rd down and 39 right now, so they're obviously expecting some degree of some kind of a pass play.
Quick
a quick kick. Sturgis may have been expecting that. Well, maybe not, because the ball is going to take a good Brookings roll. Well, now it comes back, and the Scoopers pick the ball up. I'd say that was gutsy playing, but they bring it back out to the 26-yard line, and for the Sturgis Scoopers, that's number 20, Larry Nelson, on the kick return. The quarterback, Chris Gadsden, back to receive. Now watch the ball bounce. Yeah, it really is, because all of a sudden, Nelson says, hey, I may have some room here. Well, he actually only had about 5 yards, and he did use up some of the clock. So with 14 seconds to play, Sturgis will have one play. And they just elect to go to Aker, and Aker is free and running across the 35 to the 37 as time stops to end the first half. Did they get it?